I like the way we are moving. So we are in day 18 of 30 days of AL programming, and today we are going to create a report using uh, the Word Business Central Word add-in. We are not considering any Visual Studio Code, like we'll just build the report straight from this setup right here, and we will base it on, let me look for a list report. So the steps are quite simple. You create it based on the existing data set that was created by the user.
Hii ni Tech na Msangi ya jishinde.com.
So I will say ni resource. I'm trying to use just a word that will be different, and then we just need to use the word, and then we say that we'll create a blank layout for the report object. So once we say that, we are able to now export this particular layout that we have just created and open it in Microsoft Word. We enable the editing, and so I've used the latest Business Central add-in. It's in preview, but you can still use the existing one that we created in day 17 of 30 days of AL programming. So I am not entirely sure of how many fields are there, but let's just stick with 4 fields in a 4x2 table, then go straight into this add-in. And so now this is where the beauty of using the add-in comes, because now it's pretty easy to add the fields into the add-in. For example, the resource number, I just come here and say add field, and like this, the XML mapping pen where I'd go and say insert control as plain text and all that. Then I can go maybe do the resource name here, and what else is exciting for this resource? The dimension, maybe. Let me just use the dimension as a field and the second dimension code as a field. And of course here, now just saying this is a resource number, a resource name, dim1, dim2. This is Cronus. Cronus usually has project or what as dim1 and dim2. Then, so once you do that, you select this whole row and you add a repeater, because this one is the repeated list page or list report, not list page. Yeah? Then you can even go to the table design and choose the color maybe that we want. Then the other thing with the word add-in, always enable grid lines. Once you select a table, it enables you see, especially for tables without these grid lines. Then you see there's some grid lines here. If our table didn't have any grid lines, then it makes it easy for you to work with grid lines. Or if the table or the cell didn't have any setup like this, then you're able to work with that. So now we can test it, and of course the primary key well highlighted here because of the add-in recognizing that. Then we can replace the layout based on this resource that we have just created near resource, and then we can run the report and preview. So we are able to add, there's no dimension stated, but this is how fast you're able to create a report for if you need to use or create a report in Word. Then you can see how fast it is if we are able to generate. And if we don't say a blank layout, then it expects us to select a layout that is already existing. So if we had exported and we now maybe change a few things and we want to create a new layout based off that existing layout, then we are able to create without selecting a blank layout. When you select a blank layout, then it gives you a blank report that you're able to now maybe copy a few things there. You can pick your template, custom template that you like, you paste it there and add a few things here and there. But if not, then you're able to quickly generate using the Business Central Word add-in. So this is a really quick video on how, even without being a developer, this is for users who are enthusiastic. They're like, okay, I want my layout to look like this and that. They always want to change everything left, right, center, depending on the season, depending on how customer feels. Then they're able to do it for themselves. I'll see you in day 19 of 30 days of AL.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one.